microphone here. Welcome in to March Chadness. It is time for the Final Four. It'll be tipping off here in about 8 minutes, the Illinois UConn game. Nate is in Florida, and tomorrow is Easter, so we were not going to put a full-fledged March Chadness out with brackets. We were just going to take Easter off. He's in Florida. He just got down there today. He may pop in and join this if he's able to make it happen on his phone and if he had time. So I wanted to come on just to have another episode so there would not be 2 weeks between March Chadnesses. Because I wanted to talk about the Duke UConn game, which we on this show had not really talked about because we filmed while it was going on. Middle of our show, Duke was up 15 at half, and then we got done and saw that that UConn had cut it to 4, and we weren't able to stay on while it was going on. So I want to talk about it because, I mean, it's going to go down as one of the most iconic games in the NCAA tournament history. What a game! What a finish! And I want to talk about, because there's been a lot of talk about stuff, and some of the stuff has come out now. First, I want to talk about the whole Hurley and the ref thing. Watching it, I never in the beginning thought it was ever that big of a deal. The ref was coming over. Hurley's just weird anyways, and he got close. They may have touched foreheads. It was not like he was mad at the ref about something. And if you watch it, I believe the ref was the first to be talking to Hurley, maybe trying to say something to the effect of, I'm going to check the time, or what a shot. Like, there was no issue about it. And and then it came out that, there was no big deal. They talked to Hurley, they talked to the ref, no big issue. The people from jump saying that Hurley should have got a technical, the Duke bench should have got a technical because that one player kind of came on the floor when he was celebrating. He didn't come out on the floor to celebrate. He was celebrating. He kind of was on the floor a little bit. They pulled him back. I don't want to live in a world where they're going to call a technical at that moment on either, because neither was a big deal. That's a huge moment. You call a technical on Hurley because of that, or because that player came on the court, you're going to lose an entire moment of that. I know Duke fans might be upset, but here's what I want to say to you, Duke fans. Don't blow an 18-point lead. Just don't. Don't do it. That's 2 tournaments in a row Duke has fallen apart at the end. They did that last year against Houston, and then this year against UConn. I also hear people giving Jon Scheyer a hard time, saying he may not be the guy. He's chokes at the big games. Listen, it took Krzyzewski 16 years to win his first NCAA tournament. As an IU fan who has missed Indiana basketball being a prominent force in college basketball for decades, fine, give me Jon. I'll take Jon Scheyer for the next 25 years. He's a great coach. Seems like he's a good dude. What are you talking about, Duke? I mean, I understand it's frustrating, but that's college basketball. Just, you got to hold on to the win. And then the play, I loved it. The play design was phenomenal. If it just did not get executed well on that last pass. When Boozer got it at midcourt, he turned and just took a dribble right away, which I always tell younger players. I tell my kids, I hate when people catch the ball and then immediately dribble like that. You're just see the court. And I believe that was the play, was to get it in. I don't think they wanted to let it get to fouling if they didn't have to, not because I don't think they didn't think they could make the foul shots, but if you can end it by getting quick passes. And the play design was beautiful. And I know UConn maybe not trying to foul because they had the possession error. So if they can create a jump ball situation, they will get the ball back. So the whole dynamic was pretty cool. They throw it in, kick it back to the inbounder, kick it to Boozer at midcourt, and he had 2 guys deep with nobody else there. If Boozer just either turns first, does not take that first dribble, and I am a big fan of pump fakes, guys. Zones and presses, young kids watching this, pump fake is your friend. If he would have faked it high, somehow fake the pass high. Those guys jump. He takes 1-2 dribbles around, passes it. It's good. They closed in on him so tight that he could not make that overhead pass. It was a great defensive play. And then it came down to them making like a logo three, which is probably one of the prettiest shots I've ever seen. It just all net, beautiful swish. It was an unbelievable ending to a game. I don't think anybody's really at fault, though. I don't blame Scheyer. You don't want to call a timeout there and then try to have to inbound it again. It just, the UConn players closed in. Bouger took that dribble. If he just catches and turns and sees what's going on before he hits that dribble, because he takes that dribble, those guys started closing in. Even if he dribbles back or tries to dribble around them to make a better pass to the side, I mean, then the game is over. So we benefited for a unbelievable game. So I'm loving that. So I know it's been talked to death already about it, because it was the last moment we got to see in the Elite Eight games. And it was such a great game. It's just, we have not been on to talk about it. So I wanted to kind of hit that. Those couple points is what I was really trying to hit. You know, Scheyer's a good coach. Duke, if you want to get rid of Scheyer because he has 2 meltdowns, like, let's calm down. You know, Tom Izzo, who we call Mr. March, has 1 title in like 30 years. So it's not just easy to win titles all the time. And then again, the Duke play, I thought Duke played it well. It just didn't get executed on that last pass on that. So it's, like I said, it's starting to be, the tip-off should be here. So I'm not gonna spend too much time because I got a couple more things to do at Easter around the house that I did some early this morning and did a couple of shows. But I'm going to get back home for that. And then I want to watch these games. So the first game is going to be Illinois, UConn. That is the first game tipping off here any moment. I think both games can be phenomenal. If this game would have taken place 2 days later, like if this would have been the Sweet 16 game to get to the Elite Eight, I think Illinois would have had the advantage. I think 2 days after that emotional, all that, what the effort it takes to make people don't realize unless you've played basketball. I did not play obviously at that level, but you play basketball enough, you get it. Making a comeback in any sport like that, it takes a lot out of you, because you're really hitting the defensive end. You're really like in the emotions. Having to play 2 days after, I think Illinois would have the huge advantage on that as well. But I think with it being a week later, I think it's more even. I'm going to bring Nate on. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
It's looks so much nicer there than it does here in Central Ohio.
It is.
Yes. What's the temperature there?
86.
86. So yeah, it's very cool. Now it just started raining up here, so I didn't get the backyard mode, which is no big deal before Easter, so that's not a big deal. No, I already hit about the UConn Duke stuff. Any thoughts that you want to say on that? I talked about that the execution just didn't happen at last pass, but I thought the play design for Duke to get the ball out and up the court was great. UConn just made the plays. And I said, the Duke fans are getting mad about the technical. I don't want to live in a world where Hurley gets a technical for that, because that was nothing. I always thought it was nothing, and the media made a big deal. Or the guy, the guy coming on the court. Like, dude, people do that all the time. He didn't run out on the court. I don't want to live in a world where we're calling technicals on that. And then I also, as an Indiana fan, the Duke fans that are yelling for Scheyer's job because he has melted down the last 2 tournaments. Like, I will take Jon Scheyer for the next 25 years at IU. So
exactly.
Your thoughts on that UConn Duke game? And I was just getting ready to start previewing the Final Four.
Yeah, Scheyer did have a timeout to call, and it should be just hold on to the ball. Just hold on to the ball. Don't try to pass it up court. Don't try to do anything. You can't get the backcourt violation. You can't get a 5-second call, Right. And when he saw, it was crazy. It's what March Madness is all about. I don't think anybody should be fired of it. And there should have been no technicals called on people headbutting or coming off the court. It's all fine.
No, yeah. And I said I would not have called the time. I don't think he could the timeout, because by the time Boozer got it at midcourt, he took that dribble and then he just went to pass. There was not a whole lot of time. Number one.
Sorry.
Number two, I think that was the play
I
design.
can barely hear you.
Oh, that was the play design too, because I just think that was their play to throw it deep. And UConn had the possession arrow.
Hang on.
So yeah, UConn had the possession arrow, so I don't mind them not. I don't mind them, because with UConn having the possession arrow, if they tie up, because I'm sure that's what UConn talked about. Hey, if we can tie them up and not foul, it's our ball. So I think all that was in play. I just think the execution of that last pass, if he does a ball fake, dribble around, just whatever. Even if he even holds it, like, or dribbles back one and then just tosses up in the air super high. UConn made the play, and then they hit a logo shot. So
a crazy shot.
Yeah. So it is what it is. So I was talking about when I saw you pop on the Illinois UConn. I said, if this was like 2 days later, if that was a Sweet 16 game and this was an Elite 8 game, I think Illinois would have a huge advantage, because I think the emotions of that game, the emotion and the exertion that you had to do to come back from 15-18 down, I think that would be too much for UConn. It's been a week.
Right.
So I don't think that's going to be any kind of factor or issue. Hurley's been here before, so I think they have a little bit of advantage. And it's not like they're some like crazy underdog. They're a 2 seed, and Illinois they were like a higher seed. So I do like Illinois, though, man. I think Illinois has just been playing so well, and Illinois really moves the ball around and does a lot. And I don't know if UConn has a lot of the bigs to hang with them. We'll see. Mullins just hit a 3-footer, so they're up. UConn's up 3-0. But I think both these games are going to be good, and I would not be surprised with either. I'm pulling for Illinois, because I don't. Not only do I have one, but I have 2 Illinois bets, because I bet Illinois to win it all. And then like 2 days later, I saw the odds went up quite a bit. So I threw another bet on them because I had better odds. So I have 2 bets on them.
And Uncle Bob will be happy. So
Uncle Bob, shout out to Uncle Bob. He will be happy if Illinois wins. I wouldn't mind Brad Underwood getting one. I like the Illinois team. But this game, that I think it could go either way. I don't really see either team having a huge advantage. If UConn's hitting threes, then I think it's gonna be tough for Illinois to win, but Illinois can score. So this is going to be a high scoring game, I think.
Well, it's like you said, they got the bigs down there that are just hard to compete with.
Yeah. I'm glad the other game is the later game. So I think that game that game will probably end up being one team just will win by 17. Is going to suck. But on paper, it looks like a phenomenal game. 2 of the best teams all year long. I think they match up well. Arizona's got bigs that can hang with Michigan's bigs. I think Arizona's probably a little bit better in the backcourt just because they have more experience. But if Michigan doesn't turn the ball over, Michigan's going to be hard to beat.
I agree.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see that game.
I hope Michigan wins just because of Grayson's sake. And, we're here in Florida, and I had to get HBO Max for a month. I was going to probably cancel it the week when we leave, because we don't have cable down here. So I was like, all right, I'm not going to a sports bar at 9:00 with Grayson after we got up at 4:30 in the morning. So I'm hoping we get to use HBO Max Monday again to watch Michigan play.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that would be great. So for your son, Michigan winning could be pretty great to see. So I thought I heard, is it for this game that the Fab Five are doing like a stream or something, that like watching this game, covering this game, is what I thought I saw my buddy Harrison had sent me, that the Fab Five were doing a stream. Yeah, he said Fab Five is doing an alt cast for the Michigan Arizona game, which that would be highly entertaining.
Yes. Yeah. As long as Chris Webber doesn't call a timeout.
He calls a dude. Dude, if I'm one of the other Fab Five, I'm wearing a shirt. We have no timeouts.
We have no timeouts left, Chris.
No timeouts. So we just want to hit in just so we wouldn't have 2 weeks of a gap between our shows. Like I said, you just got down today in Florida. How are the TSA lines, all that stuff? Was it?
It was fine. It was in CVG. It was fine when we landed in Florida in Fort Myers. The sitting area waiting for people to board was like crazy packed, and the lines for the Starbucks was at the door. But the TSA line when we were walking past that seemed fine. So I'll know more Friday when we leave.
Yeah. Let me know, because I know Emily and Sarah are gonna be going to Florida here at the end of the month, going to Disney. I've heard like at first it was bad, but then I heard like just certain times, like early in the morning, I think they say it's pretty rough. And then if you're doing like, I don't know, like a main leaving
we got
time
there.
Or something.
We got there at like 5:30 in the morning, and it was fine. We walked right in. It was nothing. Of course, we don't check bags. You know, we bring carry on, and so because those lines are always crazy, and sometimes those people show up late, and you're standing there sweating it, whether you're going to get through the security line. So I think if you just pack carry on, I think if you go anywhere, it's probably going to be pretty smooth sailing.
There you go. So we're giving you more stuff than just hoops talk and everything like that. So
that's right.
Yeah, exactly. So and then with Easter tomorrow. So it wasn't going to work out. Like it's just, I wasn't going to do it on Easter and stuff like that. So
especially a full moon Easter.
A full moon Easter. Yeah, we talked about, you sent that, like there's going to be werewolf Jesus and stuff. So and then I had to do a Warren Zevon line. So did it. So no, yeah. So we had talked, I think we were going to do, so starting, and then next week's show, we'll kind of preview next week's show. Obviously we will discuss the Final Four and the championship game. Right. And then we will dive into the bracket. I think we're going to do the bracket. It's going to be starting pitchers of all time. We will have 32 for the all-time starting pitcher, with baseball coming up. And then after next week, we may talk a little baseball too after the Final Four and finals talk. But will we have baseball from here on out? Well, we'll have baseball for a couple of weeks, and then we'll end up talking the NFL draft, that kind of stuff. So we are going to be talking.
I did just hear that Caleb Williams, there's talking him being on the Madden cover. So in the Rink household, we're worried about the Madden curse. So
the Madden curse. It's real, man. It is real. Peyton Hillis could have been the greatest running back ever had he not been on the Madden. So it's I'm excited. I don't want to keep you too long either, because I want to get home, watch this game, watch the Michigan Arizona game, and I'm glad you could pop on. I wasn't sure, so I was like, and I've already been to this. This is the second time I've been to the studio. I was out here earlier to do my other two shows, and then I was dropping Noah off his girlfriends, and so Emily came with, because I know there's a Baskin Robbins up here. It's like, hey, do you want to go to Baskin Robbins?
There you go.
And then I said, I'm going to do one show, do the March Chadness. I'm not going to do another daily fantasy show for the night schedule. So it is what it is. So good to see you. Like I said, it would have been weird to not see you for a week. Right. And everything like that. So have a wonderful trip. I'll try not to bother you too much, because I know you're on vacation.
I'm not doing a whole lot, so it's all good.
You're not. So
drinking beers and ripping heaters at this point.
There you go. What else do you need, right? So hey, yeah. So I think I'm gonna go Illinois. I know I took Michigan, but I think I might go Illinois, Arizona these games.
I'm gonna go just the opposite. I think I'm gonna go UConn, Michigan.
UConn, Michigan. And I think whoever wins that Michigan Arizona game will win it all.
I agree.
But I hope Illinois wins it all. But I think Illinois wins tonight. But I just want to see two good games. I want to see actually three good games. I like to see three good games. And it'd be nice if Illinois doesn't make the finals. I'll just relax and not have to worry about not winning the money. I have literally I think $20 on it, so it's not even like two $10 bets. So it's not a big deal. But it would end up being like, I think with the two bets, like $400 or something. Because I went on them early when they first put the odds out. So. Anything else, Nate? We have 11 views, man. 11 views. We have whoever Miller Rink 3 is. It might be my son. It's like I'll see if I can see if I can work this. If I can show There we go. Yeah, look at that. Miller Rink 3 Grayson
There we
reference with
go.
the peace sign. I'll tell you what, by the time 10 more episodes, I'm going to be really good at this. So we can, I can do that. So if you want to have your comment put on the live show, it'll be there. So I believe I should know who my son's YouTube is, but I'm pretty sure it's Miller Rink 3 because the last name is Rink. He gets called Miller. That's a long story I'm not going to get into tonight. Maybe another day.
Yeah, we can tell that, and then we can talk about you being Chad and Claude and Chap.
Yes, all the different
Chard.
names. So exactly, Chard. Hey, again, I do also. I don't have them with me, but from here on out, I worked on intro lines to each of my shows and exit lines, so it's not just me rambling on like this for 3.5 minutes when people are like, just end it already. So I have to make sure I have that in the studio. And I also have I have a cool way. I'm going to run it by you right now. So you're not super surprised. I think I'm going to somehow when I introduce you, it's going to be some sort of thing after my intro is and with me as always, he's the Thelma to my Louise, stuff like that. The Bert to my Ernie or Ernie to my Bert, stuff like that.
He's the Nate Dogg to my Warren G, and we are here to regulate.
Exactly. See, it's funny you say that because I do have a list of about 15 80 songs references that I could throw in. Again, I don't want to spoil it all, but my favorite one, because I heard the song today, is and I don't know if I want to have it a voiceover, but he's got a fast car. I have a ticket to anywhere. It's the Rink Brothers. Nate and Chad. So I've got if when you're not drinking beer and smoking heaters, if you want to work on some of the intros we can have.
I can do that.
Yeah, since we already have the next 15 shows set up. So, all right, Nate, good talking to you. Enjoy your weekend. Safe travels. All right.
Thank you, man.
See you, buddy.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you too.
All right. Later on.
See you. All right, glad Nate could join us. That was March Chadness, which one of my shows. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back with a regular episode next week with the all-time starting pitchers bracket. Check us out, fanstreamsports.com, Fanstream Sports Ohio YouTube page. Thanks for watching. Let's have some good games in the March tournament. And Miller Rink 3, thanks for all your comments. I am Chad Rink. We will see you next time.